Let's solve some of the questions from the data interpretation section of your NET paper 1 examination for 2020. So all the questions are based on the past paper 2020 examination. Now here the first type of question that we would consider is a table which talks about number of candidates who appeared in an interview versus who took admission. So I is those who appeared in an interview and A are who took admission. Okay, so that is first thing we know. Then we have the various years and the various subjects through which this subject has been through which candidates are taking admission. Now we will try to introduce the same table before every question. So we have the next the question based on it. What is the percentage increase and the decrease in the number of candidates admitted in civil engineering from 15 to 16? So I move back to the question. Civil engineering 15 to 16. So I take these two data, 15 and 16, and civil engineering, and the question talks about how many number of candidates were admitted. Okay, so we are talking about admissions. So I am focusing on this number. This has declined. So the decline is 1980 minus 1851 divided by 1980 into 100. So that is the percentage decline. I simply solve this and I get the answer, which would be 8.33. Since the two values are very close, we have to take a good estimate while calculating. The next question again on the same table is the percentage of the total number of candidates admitted to and the total number of candidates interviewed for all the years in chemical engineering discipline is. So what I do is number of candidates civil engineering. Okay, so the question asks about chemical engineering. Okay, so what I do is I take all the values of chemical engineering and add these values, and I take all the values of chemical engineering and add these values. Okay, so I take all the values of admission, so that is 1090 plus 1065 plus 1024 plus 1180 plus 1137 plus 930 divided by, I have to find out what? I have to find out the percentage. Okay, so I divided by the total number of candidates interviewed. So 1274 plus 1165 plus 1108 plus 1230 plus 1492 plus 982 and multiplied it by 100. So I get the answer, and my answer would be around 91%. Okay. The next question based on the same table is average number of candidates who appeared for an interview in the year 2016 for admission to all the 5 engineering. Now we are talking about across year. So across 2016, I am talking about all the candidates who, across 2016 I am talking about who appeared for the interview, not who got admission. So appeared for interview is this values. So I add up all these values and divided by 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so it's across the year, it's not across the discipline. So be very careful while solving this type of question. So I do 1108 plus 1860 plus 1132 plus 870 plus 1260 divided by 5, and that is the average count. The next is the ratio of number of candidates who appeared in an interview for admission to petroleum engineering in 2014. So in 2014, petroleum engineering who appeared for interview is 960. So I take the value of 960. Okay, I have to simply find out the ratio. So 1 divided by other and compare it to the number of candidates who got admission in electrical engineering in 2015. So electrical engineering 2015 got admissions is 1120. Okay, so divided by 1120, and this is the ratio I have for the number of candidates. Okay, the next question again based on the same table. What is the difference between the total number of candidates who appeared for an interview over the 6 years in aerospace and electrical engineering? Okay, so who appeared for the interview? So what I would do here is aerospace across all the 6 years who appeared for interview are these values. Okay, I add up all these values, and from this I subtract the values of electrical engineering, and that would give me the difference of candidates. Okay, so what I do is across the years for aerospace and electrical, I add up all the values independently. So aerospace 1 plus 2 plus 3, I can write it as this way, and then I would have minus. So this minus the electrical engineering 1 plus 2 plus 3. So all the values of electrical engineering. So I will basically consider all the values of electrical engineering and aerospace engineering and find the difference between the two. The next type of question, again a similar question. You have newspapers that are given which are supplied in the cities of Delhi, Lucknow, Varanasi and Jaipur. The newspaper A, B, C and D. The total number they are distributed and the total number that is there is given in the brackets. Now the first question is, in which city the distribution of the paper is minimum? To find out this, what I will do is, I will add up the values across all the cities. So I will add up the values across all the cities and find the individual values. So I will have the values for all the 4 cities, and then I will say, let's say Delhi has 2320 newspapers, Lucknow gets 1175, you have Jaipur with the least 840, not the least 845, and Varanasi with the least 670. Now minimum comes in Varanasi. So I add up all the values here, and simply by looking at it, Varanasi, I can see all the values are in 200s and 100s. So this would make it the lowest value. The rest has thousands and 500s. So definitely those would be more. And again this has 300. So this value would be more. The next question, again on the same graph, same table, is with respect to the ratio of distribution of the newspaper A to B. So ratio of A to B, for this I find out the total. So this total was not given, we have calculated it and mentioned it in the bottom. So A to B, so it is 1900 to 1500, and this is the ratio. So 19:5 becomes my answer. Very direct question. I repeat again, I add up all these values and this gives me 1900. I add up all the values of newspaper B, it gives me 1500. Okay. The next type of question is, what is the ratio of total distributed papers to the total newspaper printed? So the total newspaper distributed is how much? It is all these values. So it is 1900 plus 1500 plus 870 plus 740. So that is the total newspaper distributed. All these values, the total of all the individual values I add up. And then the printed ones are 2000, 2000, 1000 and 1000. So that makes it 6000. So I divided by 6000. Basically I have to find out the ratio. So it is 5010 divided by 6000, and that would be the ratio. Okay, I simplify it, I get 3 as the right option. The next question, again on the same graph, what is the percentage of distributed newspaper compared to the printed newspaper? So same thing, we did the halfway already. So this value multiplied by 100 would give me the percentage. So first a question, same thing was asked with ratio. The same thing, I add up all the values here and divided by the total values, that is 2000, 2000, 1000 and 1000, which makes it 6000. Okay, I divide the total values by 6000 and multiply it by 100 to find out the percentage. So in one question, the same question had ratio, the same thing had ratio, the other thing as percentage. As simple as that. The last question here is, what is the percentage of distribution of newspaper C in all the cities as compared to the total number of newspapers distributed? Okay, so total number of newspaper distributed we already calculated was sum of these. Okay, so I had the sum of these. Okay, now the next says, what is the percentage of distribution of C? So C is how much? 870. Now we already know the total value, which was 5010. So I divide 870 by 5010. Now where does this 5010 comes from? This is the sum of all the newspapers. So I add up all the values, I get 1900. I add up all the values, I get 1500. I add up all these vertical values, I get 870, and similarly 740, and then I add all these values as well. So this would be 1900, 1500, then you have 870 and 740, 870 and 740. I add up all these values to get this 5010. So 870 divided by 5010 into 100, since it's asking percentage, so that would give me the percentage, and this would be around 17%. So this would be the right option. So the questions, as we could see on data interpretation, were similar as they are usually asked. The only thing was calculation. It comes more with practice. The more and more you practice, the better you would be able to calculate and solve the questions. We would be coming up with all other units of NET Paper 1 2020 paper solutions. So stay tuned for many more updates from our side. Have a wonderful day ahead.